What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Wow, it's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Wager with Chris, the Dice Degen here on Casino Gaming TV. Get that computer out of the way for you. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great Monday. I didn't have a show yesterday because I was expecting a phone call during the time of the show, which did come during the time of the show. So I would have had to stop the show in order. So that's why I didn't have a show yesterday. But we're back today. And today we're going to be just doing like a whole, roundabout of sports in general. I'm going to be talking about, what's going on in the sports world, things along those lines. It's a big week for a variety of reasons. And it's a big week for me for a couple different things, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, let's dive right into it, shall we? Let's dive right into it. So first month of posting sports picks on the Discord and on the channel. So April next month, so starting in May, we're going to start these bankroll builders and maybe some of these challenge plays. All right. Now, the bankroll builders, I'll detail that out in a separate show, but the way that's going to work is it's going to be like a small subset of a bankroll, and we're going to try to build, like, let's say 5 units into like 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 units. Those are going to be separate from the daily picks, all right? They will be tracked as well, but they're going to be a little bit separate from the daily picks. Just looking to, take a small subset of money, low plays, and I'm going to play them with you and try to turn, about 5 units into, let's say 10, maybe 15, maybe 20. We'll see how it goes. So that's going to happen. And then challenges. There's quite a few challenges in the sports betting world. There's ladder challenges. There's some of these other parlay challenges, some streak challenges, things like that. So I'll do them because I know people like them, but please bet them very, very carefully. All right. They are not easy to hit. I've hit them in the past, but they're hard to hit. All right. For example, a ladder challenge is taking like $10 and turning it into 1,000. So, it's not easy, but what I'll do with there is instead of using like a monetary value, because I know guys are betting different levels here, I will do it from like, let's say half a unit and try to turn it into maybe 10 units or maybe higher. All right, so that would look like half a unit on a play to win 1 unit total, 1 unit to win 2, 2 to win 4, 4 to win 8, and let's say 8 to win 16. That'll call it there. So they're all, like even money plays, trying to win each day. It would take like 7 or 8 consecutive wins in a row. That's why I'm saying it's not easy. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Don't you worry. Waylon, what's going on, brother? How are you? Hope your day is going well. All right. So that's what's coming. And then obviously daily picks will continue. And I think that's what I'm talking about next. Yeah. So the picks are going to continue. I'm going to flip over real quick to the share screen just so you guys can see what we're looking at this month. All right. So this month right now sits at minus 6.49 units. Not happy with that, but I am happy with the turnaround. Yesterday was a bad day. Lost 3 units total. So we were down almost 12 units at one point this month, and I'll go over it in a bit. So brought it back quite nicely, and then yesterday dropped the ball with some picks. It was just a bad day overall. Didn't know Jimmy Butler was going to go for 56 and just absolutely destroy the Bucks. Happens. I know I checked the score in like the 4th. I wasn't watching the game. I was busy last night. I checked the score in like the 4th, and Bucks were up, and I was like, we're good. No problem. Then I checked the score at the end of the game, and I was like, what the hell happened? Jimmy Butler happened. But I can't be mad. I love Jimmy Butler. Great dude. So here's where we're at for the month. All right. 28 and 29. So obviously not great. 1 push, but we're down a little bit. There's still quite a few days in the month to turn this around. All right. We got like a little less than a week to turn it around. So average profit of like a unit a day. And we'll be back to even, hopefully in the positive for the month. So that's my goal, to get back to close to even, if not a little bit up. But the one thing I want to talk about here with this whole thing and with where the picks are and stuff is being adaptable and setting goals for yourself. Obviously, we want to win, right? But it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So you can see that we started out real nice, right? Started out good, then went a little bit cold, then was flip flopping a bit, but then we had this run in here, bad run in here, right? That just nothing was hitting, everything was losing. It didn't matter what it was. We'd get a win, followed up with a loss, get another win, followed up with a loss, and then keep coming with these L's. All right, so that's where the month obviously took a bad turn. This was our low point for the month, but then we turned it around for the month. But then we turned it around, all right, and come back with quite a few wins in a row. Some nice little streaks there. Obviously, some losses are built in, but what I want to say here is, because I've been getting a few DMs with questions like, why don't I have any 3-unit picks, 4-unit picks, 5-unit picks? When I'm down for the month, I typically don't fire big unit plays. I just look to build back and keep it slow and steady. Not saying that that's the best way to do it. It's just how I do it personally. Some of these plays would have qualified for higher unit plays. But, when you're down, I don't think firing away at bets is the best idea because if you're not reading the games right and, you're not making the right selections, if you keep firing bigger and bigger numbers, it's not going to end well. Can send you down even further. So that's why there haven't been any of those plays. But like I said, happy with the turnaround for now. Obviously yesterday, not a good day, but looking to bounce back today. All right. But just wanted to show you that because I know people are asking about it. So there it is. And anytime you can ask me what the record is, and I can just tell you because I maintain the tracker every day. So I can tell you exactly where it is. So if you have a question on that, just shoot it in Discord, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question with where we're at for the month. And also I'll post the link to the tracker. The problem is when I post it in Discord, it gets lost. So I'll post it in there, though, if you guys want to see it, and you guys can, go from there. All right, so picks continue, and I'm going to put them up here right now for you. There's more to come, all right, but these are 2 plays that I like today. So first one is 2 units, Leeds and Leicester City, over 2.5. That is in the English Premier League today. I think it starts at like 3 o'clock this afternoon on the East Coast. So that's one play. And then another play that I like today, I'm playing it for a unit. If you don't want to play it for a unit, you can play it for half a unit, whatever. But I'm taking a draw, so a tie between the Wolves and Crystal Palace. I see this game ending in like a 1-1 fashion. So, up to you what you want to do there. But these picks will be posted in Discord. If you have questions on why I think it's going to be a draw, I can answer those in Discord if you want to ask. But I see a 1-1 game here with Crystal Palace and the Wolves. And I like the over here in this game. And then, like I said, more to come in the afternoon. Just putting these up here now since they start a little bit earlier in the afternoon. So, like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of different sports today. Give you kind of a roundabout of what's going on in the sports world. Lots of things going on, so we're going to talk about them. Because this is the Daily Wager after all. And the NFL's first. All right. I want to know who's your team. All right. So put in chat who's your team. Comment who's your team. I want to know who everybody likes and who they're supporting this year, or if they've been supporting for many years, all that kind of stuff. But the draft is coming up. It's this Thursday night with round 1, rounds 2 and 3 on Friday, and then rounds 4 through 7 finishing out the weekend. Looking forward to it. And if you want to see a draft show and you want to hear about the draft a little bit more, myself, Ian, and Blackburn did a draft show last night here on Casino Gaming TV, so you can go take a look. I think I called it like the 2023 NFL Draft Preview or something, where we broke down, our top guys. We went through the whole first round, went over. I think there's about yesterday, which I'd absolutely love to see, is Derrick Henry to the Eagles potentially. I think that could happen. I think they give up the 30th pick if that does happen. So we'll see what happens. But Derrick Henry, little Bama boy, just making Bama the Eagles, basically. The Eagles are going to be, Bama graduated and, coming through the NFL. That'd be a scary, scary offense there. So looking forward to it. We'll see. And I know Brother Waylon's a Bama fan. So good to have some Bama boys on the Birds team, huh? And coming up, right? So NFL season's around the corner. Obviously, it doesn't start till the fall, but we're going to be doing more NFL shows on this channel. I'll be doing more fantasy talk as well. during these episodes with like the betting and stuff. So betting shows on the NFL, fantasy football, all that kind of stuff. I will also be opening some challenges through Casino Gaming TV. So last year we had the Casino Gaming TV Fantasy Football League with a paid league and a free league. So those will be returning. More details to come. Again, that'll be posted in Discord. Also looking at doing a survivor pool for Casino Gaming TV. So if you guys are interested in that, you can let me know in Discord, and I'd be more than happy to include you. But again, that's a little bit ways off. But get excited. The NFL season is playoffs. I'm a hockey fan. I'm a big playoff hockey fan. I watch hockey. I don't watch it a ton, but I watch it. But playoff hockey is definitely super interesting. So like watching that. But if you're not sure what's going on in the hockey world, there's that for you. And the NBA is also in the playoffs. So I am going to flip over to the NBA screen here and take a look here. It's very, 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 very good for the Sixers. They are the first team to sweep, and they're the first team to advance, so they're getting some rest, which will hopefully be helpful for Joel Embiid and stuff. But we got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves playing. Nuggets are up 3-1. They're going to close that out soon enough. Phoenix and the Clippers. There was a lot of talk after the Clippers took Game 1 that the Suns were in shambles. Yeah, they came right back. So is what it is. The Kings and the Warriors. I know this series here has surprised a lot of people. There's been some ejections and some other things there, but the Kings and the Warriors are tied right now. So that game is tomorrow. These two guys have games today. The Nuggets and Timberwolves play tonight, and so do the Suns and the Clippers. And the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Lakers are up 3-1 in that series. On the other side, right, I told you the Sixers are already advanced. They beat the Nets in 4. Nice, easy sweep, done and dusted. Called the cleaning crew in, get the brooms out. Sweep is here. And here the Boston Celtics lead the Hawks 3-1. Again, nothing really, really surprising here. Knicks are up on the Cavs 3-1. And I think this is really the only surprising spot here, if you ask me personally, that the Heat are up 3-1 on the Bucks. Not saying the Heat are a bad team. The Bucks, obviously, Giannis hasn't played a ton with the injury, but the Bucks are one of those teams that just seem to, get it done with no problem, no matter who's on the court. But this series, the Heat are coming. So good for the Heat. We'll see what happens there. I think projection-wise, what you're looking at here, I do think the Heat win this series. I don't think the Bucks are going to win the next 3. I think they're going to drop one of them personally, but I'm not betting on it, but it's possible. So I think you got the Heat playing the Knicks. The Knicks are going to close the Cavs out. And then here, it's going to be Boston. It's going to be the Sixers. It's going to be a premier matchup between those two teams. Always exhilarating games there. I know Boston has swept the Sixers this season in the regular season, so for Sixers fans, maybe a tad nervous because of that, but that's what we're looking at. Here, Lakers are going to pull it out. And again, these aren't like actual picks that I'm giving out. This is just what I'm telling you is going to happen, what I think is going to happen. Because some of these are no-brainers, especially, if you're taking a team who's up 3-1 right now, if you're betting on them, there's no value there. So I'm just giving you Degen's perspective. Warriors here. Warriors in 6, if you ask me. Warriors are going to win there. So Warriors-Lakers matchup. The Suns are going to close this one out. Wouldn't be shocked if they close it out tonight. And the Nuggets are definitely closing this one out, and I think it's going to close it out tonight. So I see the Nuggets playing the Suns and the Warriors up against the Lakers here. And then over here you got the Heat and the Knicks and the Sixers and the Celtics. After that, we'll see what happens. But quick predictions here. I think the Nuggets beat the Suns to advance to the conference finals. And I think the Warriors beat the Lakers to advance. And then you got a Nuggets-Warriors matchup in the West. And then in the East, Heat are playing the Knicks. I think the Heat win that one. And the Sixers are playing the Celtics. The homebody in me is going to pick the Sixers there. Do I think they will win? Probably not. It might be the Celtics. But I think, whoever wins that one's going to be playing up against the Heat. So that'll be interesting for the conference finals. So my prediction for the conference finals is going to be the Nuggets. It's going to be the Warriors. It's going to be the Heat. And it's going to be the Celtics. Yes, I said it. It's going to be the Celtics. I want the Sixers more than anything, but um, I think the Celtics are just very, very good this year. They have the Sixers number, so it is what it is. But if it was the Sixers, it definitely wouldn't make me mad. I'll tell you that for sure. But we'll see what happens. So, what else is going on in the world of sports, right? So the MLB, obviously, games every single day, multitude of games every single day. Some good games, some bad games, but it's on every single day. Soccer, obviously, I know a lot of people don't like it. I do, so bear with me. Games every day. There's a lot of different leagues to bet on and leagues to follow. So that's what I'm doing a lot of the time. I'm following those leagues to see what's going on and looking for betting value and betting spots and things along those lines. But it's a big weekend and a big week for sports, especially with next weekend. The Kentucky Derby is next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. I will be doing a whole show probably next week sometime on the Kentucky Derby. I am a horse bettor. I do love betting on horses, so there will definitely be picks out for that, and I'll explain, what I look for, and then also how to place bets on horses. I know it can be a little confusing, especially if you've never done it before. So I will definitely provide that info for you. But also want to tell you, no show Friday or Monday. I will be traveling for work. I will be in enemy territory. I will be in Dallas for work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So no show Friday, no show Monday because I will be traveling both of those days. But there will be picks. Don't you worry. There will be picks. I will have those out. But no show those days. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an impromptu live show or something on Saturday from the hotel. Again, I don't know what my schedule looks like, so we'll see what happens there. But big week for sports. Looking forward to it. Again, NFL draft coming up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you missed the show last night, go take a look at it. We had some good insights. I always love talking with Derek and with Ian. Different minds combined, definitely better than just one. And for those of you who don't know what the draft looks like, I can go over it a little bit here. But again, I would just go over to the show last night. We did a much better analysis and breakdown of typing and talking at the same time. We did a big breakdown of who's going where and that kind of stuff. So here's the draft. If you want to see it, this is the board that I used last night. Same thing. Just some good guys there. I know Waylon's here. You got your two Bama boys at 1 and 2. I don't think they go 1 and 2, but you never know. You never know. I do think Bryce Young will be the first pick overall. And Anderson will be quickly off the board. I just don't think he goes number 2, but you never know. You never know what could happen. So I appreciate that, Jay. Yes, thank you. Hoping to grow, right? It's building it from the start, right? Obviously, Casino Gaming TV is big with the craps content right now. Hoping to push the sports content a little bit more, and get some more viewers and stuff, and some more interaction with people. As they say, if you build it, they will come. So we're gonna continue to grind along and do some things here, and hopefully grow it into a nice show. Maybe if we can align some schedules, have some guests on, and do some round table type discussions. I love those. Sometimes it's a little hard to plan a show every single day for just like a single person, and I know some of you guys get bored hearing me talk and stuff. Not saying you, but I know some other people do because they DM me and tell me they get bored, and I'm like, that's fine. You can get bored. I don't know how, but to each their own. But I'm looking forward to it. Jets have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Are you talking about the New York Jets or the Winnipeg Jets in hockey? I'll let you respond to that while we're going. But the NFL is shaking up a little bit with this offseason. There's been some suspensions for gambling, so that's near and dear to me. But yeah, it was interesting to see a couple guys get suspended for a few games for gambling, which I think also affects the draft. We talked about it last night how Lions may need to go for a receiver with their second pick in the first round just because they have two or three receivers suspended for betting on sports and whatnot. But hey, I guess they're professional athletes; they can bet on what they want. The New York Jets. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the Jets look good this year. I'll be honest with you. Their team looks good. They had some young talent last year. I think bringing in Aaron Rodgers. What the Jets are doing right now, right? They're in a go big or go home type mentality, Super Bowl or bust mentality. Um, Zach Wilson's not the guy yet. I'm not going to say he's not the guy in general. He's not the guy yet. We talked about it a little bit last night with him just being immature. That's what it comes down to. It's really just a lack of maturity and knowing what to say, when to say it, knowing when to bite your tongue, when you can actually say something. And it's hard when you want to act like you have the biggest what in the room, and then your play doesn't even back it up. So it's just definitely just a lack of maturity, not knowing what to say and when. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come in there. I think the Jets are going to be good this year. I know Victor. I think Victor has them to win the Super Bowl. So he probably got some good odds on that, and not a bad play. Um, Especially with Aaron Rodgers being added, and again they have some good additions and stuff that are going to make them good team this year. Obviously they're in the division with the Patriots, with the Dolphins, and the Bills. So personally speaking, the Bills are the team to beat in that division. I have a couple of friends on that team actually from high school, so shout out to the Bills. But you know, Jets could do it. The Jets could do it. And you know what? Since we're talking about the NFL and some Super Bowl playoffs and stuff, I'm gonna pull up the futures for the Super Bowl right now, and let's see what some teams' odds are. And one thing I want to see is right. Let's see it now, and then let's see what happens after the draft if there's any changes or anything. Do I think there's going to be a lot of changes? No, but will there be some? Probably for sure. The Jets futures though have definitely gone up since the addition of Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, now they're one of the leading teams. All right, let's take a look. So this is just on FanDuel. Chiefs are favored to win again, plus 600. And then you got the Eagles, the Bills, and the 49ers there at 900. You got the Bengals at 1,000, Cowboys at 14, Jets at 14, the Ravens. That's a hot take. The Ravens at plus 2,000, I guess, because their division's pretty bad. So I don't know. They're gonna sign Lamar though. They're just waiting. I don't know why they're waiting. They're playing games. The Lions are very interesting this year. The Lions, if you watched the draft show last night, and if you haven't, like I said, go check it out. We have some interesting takes on the Lions from last night that could make them big contenders this year. So go check out that show. I'm not going to give it away, but the Lions could be contenders this year. The Jags, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the quarterbackless Dolphins. I'm going to call them because Tua one hit away from pretty much being a vegetable. So we'll see what happens there. The Browns, I don't know about that. The Broncos, the Saints, meh. The Packers obviously slide because they got Jordan Love at quarterback. The Vikings, I think once you start really getting down past, I'm gonna say past the Dolphins. I'll give the Dolphins the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, when you go from Cleveland down to Houston, you can argue with me that one of these teams has a good chance. The only team in this realm that I think would even have a remote possibility would be the Seahawks, but they had their Cinderella run last year. I don't think they're going to continue again this year. Rams could come out of nowhere, but I highly doubt it. So I think, your Super Bowl champ is in the top betting odds, and there's a reason why the betting odds are the way they are. Again, not saying that one of those teams can't do it. It just doesn't seem very likely with what they're missing and the divisions that they're in. It's gonna be tough for some of these teams. Some of these teams are just in total rebuild years. And like I said, we talked about it last night with some of the rebuilds that are happening. The Texans are in total rebuild mode. The Cardinals are in pretty much shambles rebuild mode. The Colts don't have a quarterback. They're probably going to draft one. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. The Titans have fallen from I don't want to say greatness, but they've fallen from graces for sure. A couple of years ago, they were a very good team. You had Tannehill, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry. Um, defense was solid. They had some good stuff. They seem just like they're selling the farm now. AJ Brown obviously to the Birds last year. Derrick Henry potentially trading away. Like I said, I think he'll be traded away during the draft. I think the Titans get rid of him, try to build up some more draft capital. They've basically sold out Tannehill. They said, "You want him, you come and get him." So there's not a lot of confidence there. They got Traylon Burks, who's a young stud, but other than that, they're in rebuild mode. So that's another team. The Bucks, they lost Tom Brady. They still have a high-powered offense there with their receivers and stuff, but Baker Mayfield's not that dude. I'll tell you that right now. He's not the guy. The Commanders are another team. It's the division they play in, though, right? They have to play the Birds twice. They play the Cowboys twice. They play the Giants twice. They have a very good defensive line. They're just lacking ability on the offense. I know Sam Howell will be most likely be their starting quarterback this year. If that changes, we'll see what happens. But they could put some pieces in there in the draft to make them a solid contender. I don't think this year, but maybe in a couple years we'll see what happens. The Falcons, some of these teams are just in shambles. So there's your futures in case you were wondering what the future realm looks like. Ian says take the Hawks. I guess Ian maybe missed what I said. um, I guess I didn't really destroy the Hawks. I was saying that anybody from the Browns down is basically just pissing money away. I said the only team in there that I would consider taking would be the Hawks. So there you go, Ian. I know you're a Hawks fan, so there you go. All right, I'm gonna pop back to this screen right here, and I'm gonna put the picks up again. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Sorry if I gave you some vertigo there. There's the picks for right now. More to come, and I'm gonna answer John's question here. What happens if I put tie no bet in a multi-leg parlay? So what would happen is it would basically reduce your parlay from whatever it is down a team, and it would be voided that leg. So if you have like a 2-team parlay, it would turn into a straight bet. If you have a 3-team parlay, it would turn into a 2-team parlay. I think you're asking for based on what you put in Discord, I assume. Um, oh no, no, never mind. That's a different play. There's no tie no bet there. So yeah, the tie no bet is gonna if they draw, it's just gonna reduce down one leg. Your odds are also gonna drop, right? Your odds aren't gonna be the exact same as they were. Again, if you have a 3-team parlay paying out X, it's gonna drop to a 2-team parlay and pay slightly less. If you want to calculate what the odds are, you can. You can just put in a parlay calculator. You can put in the odds for the 2 teams, and it'll tell you what it pays out. But yep, you don't lose it. You just it just drops the parlay down from 3 legs to 2 legs. Or if you're going for a higher, it just drops it down basically a leg. That part is they'll put on there like void usually. So yeah, no problem. Anyone else have any other questions or anything? Again, just wanted to talk some sports today, kind of review where we're at in the sports world. I feel like I haven't done that in a little bit. And obviously, you got playoffs going on with the NHL, playoffs with the NBA, NFL draft. It's just a big week. Kentucky Derby the following week. I know this weekend I'll be traveling for work, but on the plane ride there, I will be with my. Wow, I thought of this and it's pretty bad, but I'm gonna have my blinders on the plane and I'm gonna be diving into the horse races. For any of you who don't get that, well, go look up what blinders are for horses. Bad joke, sorry. I'm not a dad yet, but that was dad-like. I'll be sitting on the plane doing my stuff. Typically what I do for the Derby, which I will do at some point next week, I basically lock myself down here in the dungeon, and for about 12 to 20 hours. That's a big gap, but I usually just go all in on like 2 full days. I just sit down and just grind away on looking at Kentucky Derby horses. I have an interesting way that I break down the horses' performances and stuff. So, I can share some of it. I'm not going to go through how I do all of it because it's going to take too long. And it's not proprietary information, but it's just what I do. So, yeah, but I will give you my horse picks for it. I haven't spent a lot of time on it yet. So if you're wondering who I like now, don't ask me because I haven't spent enough time on it. But I will be spending time on it soon enough. And I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see if they even have lines up yet. They should have lines up, but let's see. Since I'm talking about the Derby, I'm gonna pull up some lines if I can get it. The other thing, I just want to show you this real quick. The other thing here is so like on a FanDuel, right? If you don't know like about horse betting and stuff, I'm gonna go over all this in a show next week. But there's some good resources here. You could Google this stuff too. But you can like learn a little bit here on FanDuel itself. You don't even need an account for this. You can just go on FanDuel and go to it. You don't need to log in. I'm not logged in right now. As you can see, it says log in to wager. But you can get like basics, bet types, odds, how to win things, understanding what the bets mean, understanding what the odds are. And there's also a Derby guide. Now, what I will say is, I wouldn't go. I don't know if they have. Yeah, they do have quite a few things here. I would be careful with taking, who the betting books are saying to take. But yeah, we'll talk about this. Don't you worry. And this was my pick last year, believe it or not. I had Rich Strike last year to win. I didn't have him in my trifectas and my supers, which cost me a lot of money. I did have Rich Strike to win though. Just didn't put the horse in any of my superfectas and my trifectas and my exactas. So dropped the ball there. But yeah, I do like betting on horses, so we'll talk about that next week at some point. Again, I'm going to dive into this. But if you want to learn about betting on horses and stuff, you can obviously Google, or you can come in here and learn some stuff, or you can just watch the show next week. I don't know what day I'm doing it next week. Again, I won't be here Friday, won't be here Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, there will be shows. Maybe Friday, I'll just do a whole entire Kentucky Derby breakdown. Let's do that. Friday, we'll do a whole Kentucky Derby breakdown. So not this Friday, next Friday. We'll go over all of it. All right. But I don't see any more questions coming in. If you guys have another question, feel free to put it in chat. I'll put the picks up here for now. I will call the show here if you guys don't have any more questions. And again, the picks will be posted in Discord here very shortly. I will drop them in after I cut this stream. But I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Hopefully we, get some nice results here on the bets. Again, here's the picks. Leeds and Leicester over 2.5. I did get a notification that this line has moved quite a bit. So I do like the bet. I'll put it in Discord. I do like this at over 2 3/4 still, but I got it at 2.5 this morning. So it is what it is. But I'll put it in Discord, and then I do like the draw in this game. Again, like I said, 1-1 draw. So we'll discuss it. There's a horse from it in Schuylkill County. I need to research. I honestly have no idea who's in it, but I'll take your word for it, and that'll be very interesting. I need to go to my horse friends and see if anybody knows this horse. I'm going to talk about this more on, I guess, the show before the Kentucky Derby, but so my girlfriend is a horseback rider. She's rode horses. She went to a school that breeds horses for Parks Casino, which is my local casino. So she was on the horseback riding team there. So I'd go watch her ride, and then I'd also be, so the way their pens are set up, there's a pen where like she was riding, and then the pen next to it was where they were doing some training for the horses who were, being bred to be race horses, and they were doing stuff with the race horses. So, I'd have one eye watching her, and I'd have another eye over here watching what some of the race horses were doing. So, yeah, pretty cool. So I know a little bit about horses, just a little bit. She knows a lot more about horses. She doesn't know about betting on horses, but she does know about horses. So I usually run some things by her, and she'll watch some of the previous races with me to analyze the gait of the horses and things like that. But that's her Friday show. I'm not going to go too far into it right now, but yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But guys, hope you have a great Tuesday. I'm not going to keep you here any longer than I have to, because I know you're busy. I should probably get to work or do something with my life. But hope you guys have a great day, and picks will be out in Discord soon. And I hope you have a blessed and a safe day. And I'll see you soon.